Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to T-Fro Talking Florida Rugby occasionally. My name is Charlie Velasquez from Rugby FL. My co-host here, Mr. Michael Gomez. He does a lot of things: coach, officer, referee,
Yeah,
and a lot of other things.
and played this weekend.
And you played.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fucking
Put in a
crazy,
shift of
man.
about 35 minutes at tight head prop.
Oh man, you're going down, huh? You're playing a prop now. You used to
Yeah, I mean, hey,
be
I
a flanker,
I
number
fill in where
8.
needed. So next weekend might be scrum half. We'll see.
I doubt that. Well, probably you can play. So how was your weekend other than getting hit a little bit and yeah, that your neck probably hurts?
A little sore, But no, I had a great opposite number one in Charlie from Gainesville. So he didn't beat me up too badly. I'm glad, but it was a great weekend. At least up here in Tallahassee, we played 3 full matches. So our first match, our third grade side, which is about 27 guys, um, lost a nail biter, 22-21. So, you would have loved the weekend here. It was a weekend for kicking. It was a weekend for
Really?
conversions. So in that first match of the day, our third grade side went 3 for 3 on their conversions, and they lost 21-22. So 3 tries to 4 tries. Um, and then it was Gainesville versus the second grade side. And that one was 36-25. So Gainesville had 5 tries, no conversions.
It
And
was pretty
FSU,
windy there, I was told.
very windy. It was quite windy indeed. And then in the primetime game, the FSU versus UF first grade sides, 28-14. So 6 for 6 conversions in that match. That was very exciting.
Okay. So before first thing, Valentina, my daughter, she always watches me. My biggest fan. There she is in the background. If you're watching, Vale, te quiero, gracias. I always have to say hello to her. She gets angry if I don't. And so let's dive right into the weekend. I for myself was I visited 3 different fields over the weekend. Luckily, they were pretty close, so I was jumping from one game to another. So I
I
saw a
wanted
lot.
to do that. I'd put 300 miles on
Yeah.
just getting to
Now
the first one.
I just got lucky because it was Miami Gardens, Miramar, and STU, so it was all in the neighborhood.
Very nice.
So let's put up on the screen from this fabulous website the D2 weekend that had these 3 games, and we're gonna have from Fort Lauderdale the coach and the captain probably to talk about the game. Miami Tridents. I actually went to this game. They beat Orlando by a lot, 42-7, and it was a little bit of a mystery, to be honest, what to expect. I was at the game. They look pretty good, so hopefully they're coming back. Then, what do you know about this Pelicans? I was a little bit surprised.
Same
Pelicans
here,
Tampa.
man. What do I know? I know nothing. I know that match was probably filmed by some team and nothing got put out there. No, so mom's the word. I guess I'll have to reach out to maybe David Alsea, Merrick, a couple other guys I know there. Maybe they want to let me know some details. You'd think people would reach out to you, and tell you their story, their side of the story, so we can put it out there for them.
But this is interesting, D2, how it's developing, because now these standings that you see here, the Miami Tridents, the I have some issue with a little technical issue. I couldn't update them, but you see the rest now. Now we have these 3 teams on the top. Boca has lost that game closely last week against the Pelicans. I know it was a very close game in the first half. Well, we're going to see the highlights now. Maybe we bring in the coach and Rocky. Let's bring them in. Hello, guys. How you doing?
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
What's up,
Coach
guys?
Otero, Rocky. Hey, Rocky, I said light on your face, not on your back, man.
No, you act too
This-
much of me. I
Well,
should be watching the football game right now, dude. I'm here with you, so you're welcome.
football. What's that? Okay. Oh, football. No, I don't do that. Okay. Let's while we talk, we can be watching the highlights. Okay. Give me 1 second. Ah, sorry.
Charlie, this is why you gotta let me drive.
No, it's
Hey, so this one opened up pretty close. We're gonna see the surprise of the year in a few clips, but
What? The drop kick.
oh, Charlie, you can't give away spoilers like that, man. Only diehards. But here we have a great interception by I believe this is Michael pulling up the roster. Boca and Fort Lauderdale, good job on you guys having your rosters in, having your scoring. It was really fun to follow along.
There we go. Boom. Beautiful.
Wow, you don't see those. Tristan Gray, number 10, slotting one in.
I have to get credit to my videographer. He got it really well, huh? Which is not only easy.
You guys not have shorts big enough for your loose head?
Coach, this was a tight game at the beginning, right?
It was really tight. And remember that was our first game of the season. And I think usually it's a little bit disorganized until we set exactly what we're going to do. Fortunately, happened in the second half. But the first half we're still trying to to see what we're doing, right? Or we were not doing.
Yeah, I think this penalty here made it 11-7 at the half. If I'm
Yes.
yeah. Interesting score line. Hardly are we down by 4. So Rod, what did you say to the team at half?
I have pretty much that we need to stick to the system, that we need to do what we practice during the week. And also we need to be a little bit tougher in the rack on the breakdowns, because we will allow them to pretty much poach and steal our breakdowns, and that's not good, right? So we need to put an effort at protecting our balls and start generating our system, right? That we practice system, and the second half it worked.
That was a great try.
Great little show and go there.
A very nice
Is that
flow.
Facey?
It's Mikel.
Mikel. I wasn't sure if it was Mikel or Michael, but I figured I could pronounce the last name.
We had a couple of not expecting things happening before the game. Our winger got injured before and during the warm up, so we have to change it. Harry, our captain, got injured 6 minutes after we started, so we have to change it as well.
Oh my God.
Facundo, our fly half, 19 years old, he replaced him the whole game. So he did a terrific job.
Is that him?
Yeah.
That's a kid from Okapi, right?
Yeah, it's for Okapi. Yeah, we have a few from Okapi joining this season.
You must be happy with that, huh?
Absolutely.
Because you probably trained one of some of those kids.
I trained most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice to see when you see kids that stay here and go on to play in the men's clubs, because we really do not have that many.
It is key for us. It's the development of players starts there, right? When they're young and they understand that their rugby IQ is very, very high. Yeah. And nothing. I'm happy to have them in my team.
Oof, nice steal there. Chase not happy with that play.
I think wasn't happy because they were all offside, but it's what it is.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit, Rod, about the recruitment for this season. How's that been going? Because we have to notice, of course, that you had Chase on your team, which of course everybody knows he's has played professionally for a couple of seasons with the Sharks and has had a really good career. How did you get him?
Correct. No, that was actually our president, Edgar, and he's actually doing a lot of recruitment. He brought Miguel, he brought Chase and Blake and a few more guys. He pretty much going, connected with them, and letting them know that we have a program, a serious program, right? So where everybody wants to be part of it, and there's a lot of, as I would say, right? There's a lot of happy players coming because they know me that I'm serious about it, and I put that a lot of dedication. And we have our group of coaches; they do the same, right? So this is a team, not only from the coaches and the players. Everybody gets their part.
Hey, Rocky, you have done a really nice. Also, you're one of those kids who played here in high school, and now you're playing in the men's, and you're the captain. You're one of the, I would say, like men guys.
Acting captain.
Acting captain. Well, yeah, that's good enough.
French Harry's still our savior, so can't take that from him.
What can you tell us about this team this season compared to last season, which was great, of course, and I guess that really helped your performance last year, being state champions and going to the regionals. How is it this season?
The core is pretty much the same. We obviously added some really nice pieces along the way, like we just mentioned. I think a big part for us is keeping that hunger. Keep wanting to continue to strive. What's the next step? The goal is to try to win the state again, and then what? Then of course the goal is to try to win super regionals, and of course the goal is to try to get to nationals. So it's just taking it step by step, and the team's kept the hunger the whole way. We're practicing hard, great numbers in training nonstop, and for me again, it's kind of fun. It's really cool to step back and see, as someone who's been a member of the club now for roughly 10 years, kind of where we came from, in the last 5 years or so, kind of to being we were a bit of a punching bag for a little bit there. We had a drop off of guys, and our numbers really weren't good. So we went from teams kind of circling us as an automatic win to now in 2026 teams are actually accusing us of playing illegal players to get to that in regionals. So if people aren't hating on you, you're not doing nothing right. So again, we've gone from 10 guys to being called cheaters. So I'm enjoying the ride the whole way.
Coach, what has the inclusion of the D3 team, which has not played yet, how has that changed a little bit the dynamics in terms of, like, I guess everybody's competing for a spot in the D2 team, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing happening is a competition within the team to get into the D2 and of course we have the D3, which to be honest, for me, it's only one team with two objectives, right? To be champions in both categories. It's not only, hey, we're going to have a D3 for the other. No, we're going to be champions in both. That's the goal for this season.
You want to go to regionals with both teams, huh?
I want to go to regional and nationals with both. And talking about recruitment, we brought people from Tridents, also from St. Thomas, from Miami. So there's a lot of players coming to our team as well. So we have a fair amount of players during the week, and that's another challenge. Coming back to your question, right? Because we have way too many players in practices, and you have to be one step forward, right ahead, to plan all the trainings and ensure that everybody's going to be it's going to be busy. They're going to be busy, and they're not just hanging around, right? So practices are are hectic right now. So
What's the situation with the coaching staff? Because managing two teams, how many coaches do you have?
we have so far we have 4 steady ones, and we have a new one.
Okay.
And he's going to be more like an advisor because his working hours are actually don't match with our practices. But we're going to be five coaches plus. Of course, we have a lot of experience in the team, right? We have
Yeah.
and we have James Woods from a former and USF rugby player, right? And so we also have and Chase, we have Blake, we have Mikhail. So there's a lot of players with a lot of experience that everybody's helping out, right? It's just not us.
Good. That's a good problem to have. Too many players, huh?
Yeah. I'm. By the way, my ego is really, really low, so I am allow them. Hey, you know better. You know how to do it. Please do it. All right. So I give them space to actually explain some of the drills or do whatever they want to do that they think that they can actually add to the team, right? Add value to the team.
So you guys playing the Pelicans next week. What are you expecting from that game?
Wow.
Your last year rivals in the final.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for sure. And Boca was super tough. And we were expecting Boca to be the way it was. But the Pelicans, they are always tough. And they always come with a very strong team, a very strong pack of forwards, right? And yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We have a couple of good teams. So D2 and D3, they're playing on the weekend, the same day. So looking forward for a great Saturday.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great day, and of course, they're gonna be hungry to get a win next Saturday. So it's gonna be a great game.
They will.
Coach Rocky, thank you very much. Congratulations. I hope you have a great season.
Thanks,
I don't know
guys.
about that. I don't know about that D3 winning state championship because that's a really tough bunch you have right there. But
Yeah,
it's good to have that goal.
Yeah, I'm confident on that. But we'll see.
Okay.
Let's talk in a few months.
Sure. Thank you, Rocky. Nice seeing
See
you
ya.
guys.
Thank you for having us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
If they have Tridents players, would that be recruiting or would that be poaching? Because Tridents are still playing.
Well, he said Tridents, STU. Not sure what that means. Well, coming from STU, I guess.
I figured that. I did that one. That I didn't question that one, but Tridents, go back to your club. They're still playing.
Well, the poaching thing. We're not going to talk about it right now, but there's always yes, there is poaching, and there is just
Hey, I played flanker. I know what poaching is.
I haven't seen you do that, and you're a front row now, so sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the film. I think I got a couple this weekend.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go. Because we have the guests here. Let's go to women's now, and we'll do D3 after because we have the guests here. I'm gonna bring them on screen. We have the new coach for Tampa Crew, Mr. William Howell, and MVP of the game, Tonya O'Neill. Hi, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well, Charlie. Thanks for having us.
We're gonna show some highlights, Charlie.
Yeah.
Can you skip the first 3 seconds?
No, just to say the highlights. Highlights start off with.
Hey, listen, Tonya. Just so you know, for next time, the highlights. I always. Oh yeah, he did skip them. No, wait.
Nice. Good.
No. I always have to include the first play for the highlights, just
I
to
know. But
So
I
so
mean,
next,
she does make up for it though. I'll give her that.
that's enough.
But my favorite thing was watching Tampa's film last weekend and watching Tonya play. And I just texted her right away. I was like, Tonya, you need to put that ball in 2 hands. And whoop, all of a sudden she does that untouched into the try zone. Sometimes you just gotta make that magic wand work for you. Part the Red Sea.
Part the Red Sea.
this game was the first 20 minutes. It was pretty tight. I think the first score came at the 20-minute.
First 20 was a little rough. I think everyone was a little bit frazzled. Took us a minute to find our groove, but once we got a couple in, I think people calmed down a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely like went into your own rhythm,
Yeah, definitely.
and you definitely had a lot of possession and territory.
Yeah.
3 tries to close out the final 10 minutes of the first half.
Right.
Probably felt pretty good though.
I think it was 26-7 at half, and then
Yep. Yeah, the girls, they took it on. They've taken on an ethos this year of working during the hard minutes of games. So the tail end of halves, after that 60-minute mark, trying to find another pedal, another gear, to try and close out teams. And they really did that well in this game, both halves.
There's
Closing
a-
out strong half
that-
and taking it.
That was a great conversion.
it
I have to
was.
give credit to this lady.
Yeah.
I was saying, I think Emily's going to show off some great hands here for a try. The UCF grad right there, is that not Emily?
She almost broke her neck
Raja?
also.
Yeah, she's from UCF.
That's another great kid.
Yeah, she was. I remember refereeing her. She used to ball out for the Knights.
She still does.
I was saying now she's doing it for the crew. It looks like.
Also, shout out to Ross Davenport that came
Oh
into
yes, how have we not talked
Yeah.
about it? He was on. He was on it on this one. You say every single try, every grounding. Ross is in the frame. He was. He was
Well,
moving around.
I sort of tried to make that happen also, to be honest, to put him in the frame because I was taping this game.
Okay.
That was a pretty nice field they were playing in, which is not the regular field.
Yeah, I was in a park. Like
In
a
big park, Miramar.
fields were a little better than we normally get.
But that's a great try.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, look who's that.
Who do you think, Charlie?
I was very tired at that point.
Yeah. Do you like playing center?
Yeah, it was fun. It was my first time playing a full match at that position.
I
So
was
it's
gonna say,
definitely
looking at the movements, it looks like you didn't come off at all.
She
Yeah.
went.
Full 80 minutes.
She went to play number 8 at the end of the game.
yeah, I think the last like 15-20 minutes I was at 8.
So, Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself, because this is your first season as head coach. I think you told me last year you were helping out a little bit. Is that right?
Yeah. So the last 2 years, I've been helping out Snoop over in St. Pete. So I was
St.
working
Pete.
with their forwards and scrums for the Pelicans for the last couple of years. But this season, I decided I was going to back off at first and just wasn't going to coach. And then the opportunity to work with the crew women came up, and it was just an opportunity I couldn't say no to. Well-established club, great player base, good mix of young talent and veterans. So it was an opportunity that was really just too good to say no to. So I was able to get involved with them and haven't looked back since.
And you have a clear mandate, given the history of this club, to get to nationals, right?
It certainly made it easy during my interviews with the board at the beginning. It was something we asked. We said, "What's our goal this year?" And they said to get back to nationals was goal number 1. But there was a second mandate, which I think is just as important, was to build upon the culture that they've had over the last 9 years since they started, and to start to expand that culture and build that culture so that we can continue to draw new players like an Emily from UCF, or like some of the players that are coming down from the north to play with us. They hear about that culture. We want to expand that so that it becomes a destination to come and play, and we can build on that and make the people who started it off earlier on proud of what it's become.
They probably hear about the weather also. Those ladies from the north.
They do hear about that.
Tonya, as I have
speaking
you.
of up
Sorry.
north,
Yes.
speaking of up north, are we going to talk about something with Tonya, Charlie?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, well, you're the one with the questions, man. I was just
I
trying
know.
to
I
set
just
you up.
wanted to touch the topic of maybe not too many people know, because I think the league was not that well promoted last year, but we did have a professional women's league, and you and Sam and I think somebody else from the club,
Yeah, Gabby Panino.
Gabi. Yeah, you guys played that season.
Hmm.
Remember, I tried to get. I intended to do an actual podcast with you ladies about this topic, and it just didn't happen. So
Yeah.
I would love for the opportunity now for you to talk about what was that experience like.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it was awesome because coming from club and then going to a level that everyone there is like fighting to be there and is always putting in the effort. And just like the facilities we were given, like we were practicing at the Vikings training facility, which is amazing. And the coaching staff was awesome. And just being in that high level environment, even though we're not necessarily getting paid, but we're getting like pushed to be at the highest level. But yeah, it was really cool.
Remind me, you were with the Gemini, right?
Yeah, in Minnesota.
Minnesota, and
I would say the WER they streamed every match
yeah,
for free. It was awesome. I got to watch Tonya play. I got to buy her jersey, which I still
Man,
wear.
you had
and
a fan
represent.
here.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta support.
Now you have to get it. You have to get it signed next time you see her.
Yeah.
But I watch it too much.
Yeah.
I actually wear it.
The game, he'll get it signed.
Yeah.
And just remind me this also, going back to Tampa, from that core team that won nationals in that awesome fashion, because you guys like destroyed everybody. That was such a nice year for Florida rugby, because we had the Tridents killing everybody also and becoming Tridents and Tampa national champions. And Brevard, they should have been in the
Oh,
final also,
man.
man.
Don't rub salt in the wound, Charlie.
Yeah, I know, but man, I was there and I was so frustrated when they didn't move on to. Anyway,
too.
From that group of players, how many still remain in the team?
I'd say we still have a pretty solid core group that went to that national and won that national championship. I think we're missing like Robin. She's up in Detroit now.
Best kicker in the state.
Tyler is up in Philadelphia now. So I think we're missing like a handful, but for the most part, like it's still the same core group.
Coach, I didn't finish asking you a little bit of your history, because as this is your first season at the helm. Well, tell us about your experience as a coach and a little bit as a player.
Sure.
I always like to know people's rugby history.
Sure. So I was a player for 49 years. Started when I was 8 in Ireland and played age reps up through the Leinster system. Once I came back to the States and served in the military, I went back overseas and got some opportunities to work as a player and as a coach with some great clubs. Worked with Randwick outside of Sydney and Ponsonby outside of Auckland. Great development as a player, not threatening the first grade side all that often, but learning how to coach and learning how to be a good teammate from these incredible clubs really led to me loving and having a passion for the coaching side of it. And that's just translated on as I've moved through life. Rugby's always been a part of it. It's provided me with opportunities, whether they be employment wise or meeting my wife, and all these other wonderful pieces of my life came from rugby. So as I coached along the way, had stops with the German national women's side and some local US clubs. But really, it's just about giving back to the game, because it's given so much to me. And landing in Tampa with the talent and the personalities of the crew women has been phenomenal. With Tanya and Sam and now Katrina and some others coming down from those elite performance environments, they bring a a level of commitment and a level of training and just a work ethic that rubs off on everybody. So I can't, it makes my job a whole lot easier. And then again, just having all of our new players, whether they're complete rookies or folks who have been on the fringes of the team for the last few years, really stepping up and pushing for selection. They've made my job not only fun, but far easier than it could have been in a lot of other places.
Great. Tony, you guys have it looks like you guys have 3 weeks off now. Any team plans? You guys gonna try and pick up another friendly, or no? Just maybe do some social activities.
No, I don't think we're looking for a friendly. We'll definitely have some team bonding. I know Gasparilla is next weekend, so that's a great opportunity.
Oh wow! Wow, what a time to have a bye week. Well,
How can
hopefully they don't get too distracted for you, William.
Yeah.
I was gonna say these extended buys. That's when the coach is like, maybe we cancel Tuesday's practice. A little bit of fitness, a little bit of maybe some Broncos.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You got earn that Gasparilla fun maybe.
I like the way that the scheduling happens here in Florida, having the single season or the single all in spring. The continuity of that is hugely beneficial compared to what I've seen with the split seasons elsewhere. But having 2 weeks off gives us the opportunity to go back and work things like, we might be hesitant to do more contact work or things that are a little bit more aggressive when you have a game week in, week out. So, having these buys and having these gaps in play allows us to really focus on things we really want to without fear of injury and not being able to recover. So I'll avoid the Gasparilla conversation because that could probably get me in trouble.
Well, let's thank our guests for being here, Charlie. Thanks for taking your time.
Cool, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and looking forward to see you guys in the season. Bye.
All right.
And kick them off quickly.
Yeah, man, we got to keep it rolling. It's already 7:33.
Yeah, just
that was good to hear that, man. I hope you really listened. If you only got one thing that William had to say, it was split season doesn't work. I actually had that conversation with Roman Navarro, great guy, captain for UF, after the match, and he was talking about the whole CRA NCR thing, and he said, he just kind of dug his own grave. He was like, oh, we're gonna do this in the fall and this in the fall, and he was like, and then hurricane, football, hurricane. I was like, what do you think is gonna happen? More or less hurricanes moving on? We live in Florida.
That's college. You're talking about?
Hey, anybody.
No, I'm not sure if
everybody. Hurricanes hit everybody. You have
what kind of hurricanes are you talking about? The real ones that destroy everything?
There's only one real one.
But man, that doesn't happen until in October. We're good to start. Come on. I don't agree.
Hurricane season is into November, Charlie. Get with the times.
Nah. Listen, I actually do not agree with you.
I never do.
I like the longer season. I know it's a pain, but having that big break, between Thanksgivings and New Year. But as I said, man, I like 9 months of rugby, but nobody seems to like that here.
Because you don't put the boots on.
Not anymore. Okay. So let me just show quickly the situation in the women's division. Luckily, we have Rugby FL to show standings because, unfortunately, Explorer is not going very up to date yet. Typically, it takes, I don't know, it's like a warm-up. We need 3 or 4 weeks for everybody to do what they should be doing like the first week. And we never have standings until mid-season. But Tampa
we'll get there.
On the top, looking strong. Not sure who's going to come in next, but we just started. So let's.
Yeah, we have. We've got Jacksonville, Orlando next weekend, so that'll be a good one to see. Hammerheads getting their first run out against Fort Miami, so that'll be also very exciting to see.
I'm going to be taping that one.
Good, awesome. We love film. We love content.
Yeah, you know. So let's talk about D3. We had our full. You know, one thing that also bums me out of how we schedule things, but I do understand, you know, that it's really hard. Wouldn't it be really nice to have every division, every team in every division play the same weekend, so everybody has the same amount of games at all times? Wouldn't it be nice?
It would, right? But like
But
you
it's like
said, you know,
impossible. Yeah, I
it's
know.
it had, you know, I mean, look at that. Look at next weekend in the D3 competition. You pretty much have that. I
Yeah,
think that's the
beautiful.
weekend where you have everyone playing everyone.
Not really.
Not, but close, close. It's
Well,
a possible 7 matches, and we got 5. You know, I'll take
no,
that.
of course. Here in D3, we have the D3 sides of the D2 teams that have their own little schedule.
Yeah, yeah, and so that's just, you know, the D2 and those D2 and D3 teams, you know, will always be playing each other at the same time. That would be ridiculous to not have that. But recapping the D3 games, I mean, Pelicans showing out against Tampa, and it's funny because that's the exact same thing that happened last weekend with Orlando and Tampa, where
Yeah.
Tampa's B side loses and then their A side win. Or sorry, their D3 loses, their D2 wins. Pretty interesting. Both visiting teams probably thought they were going to have a great day, and then it ended up not being that way.
I was a little bit surprised of what shows as FSUB or Tallahassee winning against Gainesville.
That
That is a game
both.
you that's the game you played in, right?
Yes.
Okay. Were you also surprised that you won the game?
Yeah, I mean, so we started 5 freshmen. A 6th freshman came on at minute 10 due to injury. Man, these FSU kids were just lights out, man. They just played really, really, really well. The back row was just nasty. I mean, Reagan Fowl, a freshman, had 38 tackles. Like, I actually told him to go back and count them. I was like, I think you had over 35. And he was like, no way, coach. And I was like, you should go back and count them. And he counted them. He had 38. Sam Franco and Jack Duke, that was the back row. And they were just, just tackling machines. Nick Lucas, who's their backup. We have a freshman playing 15, Aiden Wynn, absolutely killed it. And then Harmon Steven was the freshman who came on at minute 10 and just was like, just absolute crushing people out on the wing. So it was really surprising. I think Gainesville just kind of got off to a slow start, but they're still a good team with a lot of good players. So I don't think this is going to be a statement defining match for their season by any means necessary.
No, of course, it's very early in the season.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not that. We'll talk about that at the end. The sideline whisperer.
He missed it. Almost identical scores in 2 of the matches. That's insane.
Really? Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
a conversion each way makes it the exact same score.
Yeah, let's move on to college D1A. The first week with all the teams playing. See, this I like. Everybody played.
It's easier when there's less teams, Charlie.
Well, of course. I think no surprises here. I was a little bit impressed.
I think the large score lines is a surprise.
Yeah. I was expecting MAU to be up there. Not really sure about USF, but they seem to traveling. And tell me about the FSU UF game.
Yeah, I mean, a tale of two halves. Like I said, hey, every conversion made, so that was nice. That's the difference between 20-14 and 28-14 with 10 minutes to go. But I mean, FSU started off pretty well, playing in UF's half. Andrew Crouch scored one of his 2 tries. But really unfortunate was in minute 20. Captain Danny Bennett probably out for the season with a knee injury. But we just, the boys just kept grinding. I mean, shout out to Roman Navarro and Felix Olivero from UF. I mean, Felix was running like a madman, taking some big hits and getting up every single time. Which I was like, you play fly half, so you pass the ball. You don't, that's what you have centers for. But yeah, I mean, I believe it was 21-0 at half, 21-0, maybe 21-7.
Okay.
And then the whole second half was it was all about UF. Matt Boylan, number 8, was running the ball hard. Number 7, their flanker was running it really hard. 12, and Jason Martin, 13, were just absolutely just carrying the ball, forcing penalties to make it a close match. And then the only try of the second half for FSU was Tommy McMorrow, a sophomore, with an intercept inside of the 22. So if you want to watch an exciting rugby match, go ahead and watch the replays.
Yeah, but this one was not streamed, man. What are you talking about?
Yes, it was. What are you talking about?
Was it?
All matches in Tallahassee?
I actually went to see this game because it was an early game, right? This was 11 a.m. one.
3:30.
This one's, which one was at 11?
The B-side C-side game was at 11.
Man, it's so confusing.
The camera operator showed plays.
Okay.
He ended up getting like the last 30 of that game.
I thought I was going to watch this one.
The FSU B and Gainesville game are up online, and so you can watch me prop and get run over.
Okay.
And then this match as well. All the college matches were live streamed.
Yeah, which you guys do not promote at all. Like, you don't even say, listen, you're investing. What? You're part of the government, okay? So you guys
lead a horse to water, Charlie.
You guys spend a lot of money.
The clubs spend the money.
Yeah.
So they should advertise
the clubs. But listen, I advertise it more than any of the clubs, man. I posted all the links.
You hear that, clubs? Charlie's telling you to advertise that you live stream more.
Yeah, man.
Why are you telling me?
I just wanted to show the screen because when you click on detail for any game, most of the times, if I get that information, you have the scoring, tries, conversion, penalties, even yellow cards or red cards. Just so you know, you don't get this anywhere else.
You do on Explorer if people put it in right. And this game is put in right, so.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of the few. So let's quickly look at next week. UF, FIU, UCF, FSU. Okay. We also had a full.
I was gonna say, are we gonna do FCCT too? Because man, oh man, UNF and Embry-Riddle. I think that's more of a statement on Embry-Riddle than it is on UNF. That's a really big. I think UNF is still a good program, and I think Embry-Riddle has really elevated their game. Speaking of UNF, head coach Ed Clark, his son just started playing rugby at UF. So Eduardo
really?
Clark Jr. he was propping for UF's B side and had himself a good little match. So that's so exciting to see.
Yeah, the difference here was one penalty. It just seems to me that in many games, the teams do not take enough advantage of kicking for points. I guess it's probably because they don't have good kickers. Because you saw in that Boca game, like every chance they had, because they have a great kicker, they would go and do points.
It's half a try. Why not?
It amazes me because I don't know. You're a coach. I think we talked about this. Do your kickers actually train for kicking?
Yeah. Of course.
They do, of course.
Francesco Mosey went 4 for 4, so he better be doing something right.
I guess. But I mean, I think that is, if anybody wants to go, to the state final and move on, you have to have a good kicker.
Of
and you
course.
just get good at kicking by practicing.
Yep. Let's move on. We're
Okay, yeah. And then lastly, we
oh,
just
we want to look at next week. Next week, FCC D2.
yeah, these teams. Well, Eker and Ave Maria starting their season.
Okay, that'll be cool. We haven't heard too much out of Ecker.
Yeah,
We'll see
Ave
Ave
Maria
Maria.
has a new coach.
Ryan
So we'll see how-
Dolnick taking over for Philip Gray.
And FIU is a little bit of a mystery because I know they were having issues. I
Yeah,
don't know
but
what
hey,
have
they got their registration numbers up this week.
Oh,
I
they
saw
did.
that.
Good.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So good for them.
Okay.
Stu freshmen will have a feast.
And just before we leave college, quick mention because
Quick mention of the women. What about the women? Were you going to say that?
No, what women? Women
well,
college.
hey, the college women. The college
nothing
women.
happened.
You're wrong. The Florida Fury, which is the Sevens All-Star team made up of the college women, got third place in the NCR All-Star tournament in Atlanta.
How come we don't know anything about this from the union?
I don't know because I guess you don't follow them on Instagram.
No,
but
listen,
I saw it.
is this
was
a
well
select side
advertised.
from representing Florida?
Yes, it was UF, UCF,
Okay.
USF.
No,
and
I
FSU
know.
girls.
But so it's the union's job to promote this. I just barely came across it,
Yeah.
and I didn't understand much. That's
It's
a problem.
NCR. It's
you know?
hard to understand. I don't think
I
that's a
sh-
Florida thing.
This okay.
What are we looking at now?
Now, I just want to a quick comment about this game. Just before we move out of college, STU played the national side of Cayman Islands, and they ended beating them by a little bit. But it was a pretty close game until the last 5-10 minutes. Really interesting game, and sort of a good thing to have, right? Having teams coming over.
Very cool.
That they have a really nice venue overall. It was.
It's only going to get bigger too.
Yeah. So last and not least, we're gonna take a look at the U19s weekend. We had big scores. So
South Florida, yikes! South Florida 130 to north of I-4.
Yeah, well, you see, the Okapi, of course, they've been state champions for 3 years now.
Yeah, of course.
And
Jacksonville takes a while to warm up throughout the year. That's always
and apparently I know Jacksonville, who, by the way, does a great job in getting their kids into college programs.
They're the I think one of the best.
I mean, they do an amazing job, and because and like my understanding is like most of their seniors left
go somewhere.
Yeah. So they're like rebuilding
and have done incredibly well. I mean, they've gone to Life, they've gone to ICC.
Yeah.
Arkansas State, Mac Taylor out there.
They do a good job letting people know.
Man, that's all Coach Aaron out there, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That is one good dude.
That's a big trip for them also.
Oh yeah. Huge. That's right. It's probably just as long as Key Biscayne because you gotta go west across to Weston.
Yeah. So it seems like the U19 these standings, are they right? No, they're not right. These standings are not updated, but it looks like the top 3 teams are going to be Key Biscayne, Boca, and Okapi. Always really nice to watch high school rugby. We're showing here the highlights from the Okapi. Unfortunately, we couldn't get anybody here today. And as we have said, unfortunately, high school rugby is stagnant in the state. And I know a lot of people are worried about how to get this thing growing. I think there has to be we really have to look into it. So before we leave, let's go quickly and look at the predictions from the Sideline Whisperer, which is always fun. A big, you got 4 games wrong.
I was gonna say he had Orlando beating Tridents. That was clearly
I-
wrong.
Yeah, I got a
Pelicans over Tampa. Went the
somebody
other way.
commented, bad idea to bet against the Tridents. Somebody made a comment.
Oh. Wasn't
Yeah,
a bad idea the weekend before, and that's why I don't gamble.
The Pelicans was, I would have predicted something like that also. So that's a little bit of a surprise.
Called the UNF and Embry-Riddle game perfectly, though, a 3-point differential.
Yeah.
If you ever played the old Super Brew game for Super Rugby, that would get you. I forgot what it was called, but that would have got you like first place for the weekend for sure.
Yeah. I used to play that, yeah, back in the days. Would be really nice to have something set up. I did actually think about it and played a little bit with one of those AI app builders to make this available for the
Yes,
public.
we're gonna make a sports betting book for rugby in Florida.
And now we're gonna make some money.
If you want to get into it, Venmo at Rugby FL. We'll put up the odds every weekend. You'll put it up with the Sideline Whisperer, Venmo. Yeah, man, better than buying a coffee. Buy a bet.
I just hope we can get some commentary for next week because that makes it so much more fun, right? Because
the
people,
commentary should it could come from the people, right? Like,
well, yeah, I know. I always encourage people to make their own predictions and why, but somebody has to start it, so
yeah,
it always makes it more fun.
I agree.
Well,
Should
screw
be
this
more
guy.
like WWE. Get in people's faces. Talk your shit.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the season. The season. That was the weekend.
I
that
wish
was a
just the
weekend.
week, Charlie. We got 9 more rounds of this.
Yeah, it's never too much. Goes so fast. And I just wanted to make one quick comment about Rugby Explorer, which is the official, scores and
Competition management
standings.
system.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just weird to me because we don't have. I don't think we have like one division that is like
100%
up to date that you can
Nope.
go and say, "Oh, these are the standings. This is what happened." Not to mention you have all kinds of weird things. I've seen some teams that have like a gap in number 19. It's blank. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, hopefully all these issues will get resolved. We're seeing a bunch of, every try happening at minute 0. People still not understanding how to substitute. Again, like if you're one of the 11 people that are watching, man, like tell your team admin, right? Like when you make a substitution, first click is player coming off, second click is player coming on. It's red and green.
And listen, all these things they all have tutorials. If you go and look for them,
it's too easy, man.
There just has to be somebody. The admin work in general, I think, is something that many teams do not pay enough attention. Not only for this, of course, but generally speaking, if you want to grow a club, you have to be people that are not worried about going to training and playing. That you have to have people that are just thinking, oh, how do we develop this club? How do we make it better? And every year, better, bigger and better.
Gotta have tangible goals and make sure that they're time based so that you can actually measure them and hold your organization accountable, right? Like we want to do this by this time.
Yeah.
We want
fundraising.
We want to have a mounted camera system by the end of this year.
No, those mounted camera systems.
No, I'm not talking about the AI ones, man. I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You send the camera up 15 feet. You control it from the base with your phone. Easy peasy. Zoom in and out. Not as far in as you do, Charlie.
Yeah,
not as far out. Not as far out as the AI. Find a happy medium.
Exactly. I try. Okay.
Any parting thoughts, Charlie?
Any what?
Any parting thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yes, we may move this thing to Wednesdays. I'm not sure. We have to talk about that. It's just, I think it's just a little bit of an issue having it so close to Saturday. But we'll see. No, just enjoying the season.
Yeah. If you have film, put it up. Some of us like to just watch for fun. Get your explorers updated. Get that shit sorted out, so Charlie can stop shitting on all of us.
Yeah. Okay. I give up after 4 or 5 weeks, so don't worry.
To
Okay,
all the
man.
11 viewers, thank you. Have a good night.
You know what? Those 11,
Oh.
those viewers. There's a few people on like 20 something on Instagram. I think they're not really. They came through Instagram, so that count that you're seeing is not entirely. I think. Just so people know, this is on Instagram, on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. Perfect. We made it under the hour.
Not if you keep talking.
Thank you very much, Mike.
My pleasure, Charlie. Thank you for what you do. Thanks again to the viewers.
Buy me a coffee. And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been T-Fro, talking Florida rugby occasionally. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.